Hello, my friends. Today we're going to be going over Clubhouse's landing page, trying to make some optimizations. We'll work through it together. We're going to do a little low fidelity wireframed version of some improvements, if we can think of them. We'll see. This is happening live. So let's dig into it. Let's have some fun and let's get down to work. Okay, so I'm going to reload the page so we can get the full experience here. A little nice animation. Ooh, scroll for more. We're seeing logo top left, easy best practice, blogs, jobs. Up here, that's interesting, optimizing for that. Get Clubhouse, that's where the real money's at, right? And then they're already having a bar on the bottom. You can't see it because I'm on top of it, but you have a little bar. Okay, scroll for more. Hang out with friends, meet. Oh, we got people's heads flying everywhere. Hang out with friends, meet new ones, talk about anything. That's full page. Looks like we're getting some animations here of, I'm guessing that's going to be people talking. It's kind of appearing, disappearing. Something I'm noticing is these are looking like stock images. I think Clubhouse's advantage is it's supposed to be a bit more like real people. Yeah, I'm like seeing like repeats of photos. That looks like a stock photo. Very sure these are stock photos. Okay. All right. So this is pretty interesting. It also, the top goes back to what it was before. So knowing the product, Clubhouse is basically like Twitter Spaces, right? Knowing the product, this is virtually the same. Or like, I actually could not tell what they do just from this here. Hang out with friends, meet new ones, talk about anything. Get Clubhouse. Let's just do a click to get an idea. Okay, scan to download also. So, yes, obviously not optimized for desktop. They're going to be getting a lot of desktop traffic. So let's see. A slight improvement that we could even have here would be like a copy link. But I'm going to grab a screenshot here with my nifty screenshot tool. Yeah, I don't think that would be perfect. I'll likely take two. Let's just get this puppy set up. I'll take one more on the fresh page. Oh no. So you know it's all happening live. I'm not gonna be able to get it that way. Okay, I'll just do a classic clip. When in doubt, clip it out. That's what I always say. Here you are. I like that. That's a cute line. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I like the color of their branding. That's pretty good. Let's do that one. So I'm going to kind of stitch these. Since there's animation, we'll just pretend. Okay. So, first question. Obviously, this is optimized for mobile. But the first question is, what's actually happening at this part? This isn't useful. The thing is, a lot of people get here and they churn after this point. And then this animation, it's maybe 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds. You're getting more churn at that point. I feel like we're not, and in fact, I feel like this is a cool concept. But I'm doubting that it's cool enough to justify the churn that something like this would cause, because this is not a moment that is gonna like convince someone of something. I think I really want this to like be a bit more insightful into what the product does. So that's what we're gonna try and do. So first, I just want to see their Twitter to see what their tagline is. There, that'll be helpful. Here you are. Okay, so here you are is kind of their thing. We thrive on genuine connections. Twitter, they're doing Twitter Spaces. Go on a date. Okay. All right, let's jump into this. So first, let's even think of like what are some of the value adds. I'm just gonna start listing them right here next to it. So I used to use like Clubhouse on the initial boom. So I'm gonna have to kind of think about this a bit deeper. But in general, you have like live conversations. So I think the angle here is real conversations. And I think it's like Clubhouse is a good example of like it's not as much like it's maybe like anti-trolling type of culture in it, because you're like with people live, it's just not like a comment. I'm guessing the culture is a bit better, so it probably has better internet culture. Clubhouse also insinuates like insider, so you have these people being insider. The angles that they're working right now are with current friends, new friends. The talk about anything is a bit interesting. Talk about anything. Is that the? I feel like talk about when you have something like that, like you could do anything on this platform. That is a very dull statement versus something very sharp. For example, like, not that this is the case, but they said like the best place to talk about product design or something. Like you have a very sharp angle, and anything is a bit rounder. So I'm just gonna keep kind of exploring this. Also, the Get Clubhouse. So they're thinking of it as it's like getting versus like joining in the Clubhouse. You know, it's like if you're using the Clubhouse as a metaphor. So I think that's going to be important to you. So it's like that is going to be a really big angle for us. Clubhouse is a metaphor versus I want to join a Clubhouse, like getting access to the Clubhouse. Like that's what you really want as a kid, right? It's like, oh, like I'm in the club. So I think being in the club is going to be a big angle for us here. So we're going to need, I think this anti-normal social is going to be big too. Okay. So what we're going to need here, so this is just first ideas of angles. What we're going to need is we're going to need a banging top hook. I'm just going to start building out these ideas a little bit. Banging top hook here. I do this in a more structured way, but so we need some product idea here. Product idea. I think because it's value adds, I think it might be less values, because it's no longer a exclusive technology, right? Like there are Twitter Spaces, so it's really about driving in the values. And I think like their angle with like people who might be like, you know, the recent acquisition is going to be interesting. I wouldn't perfectly allude to that, but a lot of people are disgruntled with alternative options to say. All right, now let's look at values. then I'm into value adds. Likely then more ethos / social proof. Actually might even do that first. Ethos and social proof. I think specifics, and then sometimes I like if I start a word, like I don't know, if you like start a word and you misspell it, and it's like sometimes it's like, dude, I'm just gonna restart. Like there's no saving this word. Like you just need to go again. And then we'll probably go like CTA, final CTA here at the bottom. Okay. And I'm thinking for metaphor, like the overarching theme is going to be around Clubhouse, because that's their thing, right? I'm just going to grab these colors too so I have them. Always love to have the brand feel during this part too, because it helps a bit. I think I have a good font finder too. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. Ooh, what did I close? I don't have the web page open anymore. Okay. Font. GT Maru. I do not have that one. I could download it, but GT. Yeah. We'll just pretend. These are pretty similar. If I was fully going into this, I definitely would go download that real quick. But anyway. Okay, so we're going to be baking hop. Okay, so also there's no product shots. I'm gonna start just kind of like gathering a couple assets. Clubhouse product. Oh, that's funny. Man. It looks like they also have this orange that they use. It's kind of interesting. I like this wave. I'm just gonna grab this here. I'll also just grab the logo while I'm here. Hopefully this is the SVG. It's a PNG. Let's see. That'll be fine. Don't always need the SVG. This is good. Okay. Just gonna maintain that here. Awesome. Okay. So what are some interesting angles here? Let's get into it. So ethos and social proof. I think this part, the user actually need like actual users. Numbers could potentially be interesting. I think their main angle of like real people, like really working the real people angle here. Banging top. So, ooh, okay. Let's just start brainstorming some banging top hooks. First, get in the conversation. I feel like that's it. That was like a walk-off home run right there. Get in the conversation, because it's like getting in the clubhouse. And that's actually what the product really feels like you jump into it, right? But just to amuse ourselves, we can, I guess, continue another idea or two. Get in the conversation. Real conversations live. Gotta be careful with this like real thing. I think it's going in a little bit too hard. Okay. This doesn't even necessarily have to be a product shot, to be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna find any good ones I can even pull. But I think for the values, it's like, let's actually, a good thing to do to kind of understand. Sometimes people have like our values. It's usually a bigger company. Ooh, I still got this running. But you can just go into the blog, you kind of get an idea of the vibe of the company a bit. Or you can even look at a job description, and usually in a job you have like, it's like an always on dinner party. That's a good, see, like that's a good line. Like they need that, they need that somewhere. Built by a small, scrappy team of experienced builders with strong background. It's fine. Huge positive mission. Our mission is to increase friendship in the world. Yes. That would be a great line. Start stacking up our ammunition here. What else they got? The people will be surrounded each day with scrappy again. You have to be careful if a team does say scrappy too many times on their site. They're like, okay, like how much funding do we have? Do we have job security? We have to be careful here at some point. Okay, best teammates ever. Brilliant and ambitious. Ship fast, get a lot done. Incredible team. Okay, got benefits. To Series C. Here you are. Yeah, join the club, right? It's like, okay. Just get these all black. Oh, what's happening here? All right. So now I'm just gonna start adding a little bit more shape. These ideas. I don't think this is a good. This is a good hook for the value adds here. That's going to be, I think, lead into talking about the product really well. Or even the specifics for this, our mission. I'll put that in here. Join the club. I'm loving this for a CTA. Let's just make that button super quick. They have a very like rounded style with all caps. Like these actually seem like two different brands, to be honest. This like really like, let's say like bubbly font, and then this is like a more like a streetwear all caps, you know, on this like vibrant yellow. I actually think they should just, I think this is more them than what's happening here. I don't believe all caps means the button's gonna get clicked more, to be honest. So why did I do that? I love redoing work. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this quick. I don't know if I'm gonna go white in this background though, so this won't look really good yet. But just to get a little bit of shape to it, and we can, let's go 100. We can maintain the fully rounded. I mean, if that's what they do, that's good. I don't think they'll all. Is there a, oh, you know what would be real nice? This button needs an emoji. We're this early on into the process and we're already adding emojis to buttons. That's how you know it's gonna be good. I feel like they have, yeah. It might be a more applicable one, but to be honest, it don't matter. Doing the starter end, that would be the experimentation here. Definitely this black on yellow is not looking amazing. I think, yeah. Okay, so my thinking, this is more eye grabbing for the button, right? But this just sits really well. Join the club, and it's like that just sits better versus this. You see the join in the house. So I need to explain these ideas better when I get into them, but do you see that the house with the join versus join the club, and the club is here, and it just feels better. It just feels more balanced versus this. So we're just gonna have this be the thing for now. I think if I were to keep this on this white, I actually don't think we're going to. I do want to experiment with one part of this product, or one part of this landing page with the white and the black text, but I think because this is an important moment for their brand, keep this here. Okay, we still need the subtext down here. Another thing. Starting to get a little bit more shape. Okay, get in the conversation. Join the club. Okay, let's have this be the, I also think this is a great lead-in. We just have this for now. I'm just gonna make this a little smaller. Actually, maybe not. Maintain this a little bit bigger then, and then we can just do a maybe side text again. I'm not sure how I want to expand on this concept yet, though. Not that I know if this is what we should do here. Like, Yeah, I'm starting to like this a little bit. Move these down a little bit. I'm actually now thinking this might not be the right second section. This is a great through genuine, real conversations. This is getting now. This is the angle that we are kind of developing here, right? It's like live conversations better. It's like this anti-trolling. It's kind of like what we're getting in here. Our mission is to increase friendship in the world. What they've done is they've made a simple way to I think a big part of Clubhouse, right, is they have this element of like real conversations, but it's like by topic. So like you can find a niche topic to talk with someone about. Like that's a super interesting angle, right? Real conversations, simple way. Share your passions. Maybe I'm getting more into value adds. I think what would help us, this needs to be reordered. I'm just going to quickly plop it down here because I think actually I want to get into value adds next. Because I don't want it to be ambiguous. Overview enough to be hooked. This is the specifics of what it is. Like kind of get into the clarity versus the mystery element. Then if we get into the social proof portion, good. And then this is like, you know, the bring it all home here. Gotcha. And I think this actually can sit as our final CTA. It's going to be challenging to do this portion because I don't have like shots of people and all of that stuff, or like testimonials or knowing true instances, but let's get into it. Get into the conversation. Oh, also, they do. That's not a true black, is it? I feel like it's this color, no? One. Yeah. Just the subtle things, you know? Just the subtle details here. It's like an always on dinner party. I'm just gonna remove this for a second. This might be the accompanying text of that. If we do it more as a and then here I'd get into showing what the different types of rooms are on the side. they have like, what are some of the niche interests that they might have? The thing also about products like these, you have to be careful because if people are going to hear about this most likely through word of mouth, so there is some priming. So when you do have a viral product, you do want to keep it simple, right? Like you don't want a super long landing page with too much information because then the energy is invested in the reading of the page versus the downloading of the product, especially in an instance like this where it's a higher lift where they have to go to like scan an image for their mobile. Maybe they have to go grab their phone. That's where the real churn is happening. So we want to keep it light and simple and get enough interest to where people want to, sign up. It's like an always on dinner party. So we need that, and that's why I'm kind of thinking like we're gonna keep this part simple. I love to end any landing page with some nice center text, right? A graphic. It's a classic signature of mine at this point. Get into something here that needs a little bit more. This part. Yeah. So I'm thinking actually, do they really use these colors? No. Okay. So let's go this color to the white. To this can be the dark. Although I love this like finish with the button there because that's gonna pop. Versus if we finish with a white. Just an example. Even I think because I don't have this stuff, I'm gonna try and just fit in that here with people. My mission is to increase friendship in the world. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can grab anything online that would be helpful for us. I can also look at their blog to see images. Give me a nice. I don't know what houses are. Okay, I'm just gonna take one of these. That's what I need. So then I can actually use this here. Which one? It's more of a, like, this isn't the right content likely for this like product shot. I do like the design they're doing here. It looks very nice. Oh, different colors. Discrepancy. Let's go with this one. It's a little bit lighter. It's nicer. Oh, silly. You know, if this was like a animated, I'm being a bit extra right now. If that was like animated, looked like one of their spaces, like a conversation's happening, right? You could see that, right? It should be a room. It actually should be a room. In the lounge. Knit and chill. I do love these greens too. They're doing a good job with the brand, I think. Wana. Did they say Wana in the product? Interesting. Yeah, they really should be using stock images, to be honest. At their scale, I feel like they have like influencers or users that are using it that they can, I guess, pull from. Anyway. Since I don't have anything here, I might have to do another. Well, actually, let me look at Google one more time. There might be something. There might be. We can believe. There might be something. Oops. Whoops-a-doozle. There you go. Shout out to this guy for taking the screenshot. Because we're working with what we have. I'm just gonna... Nice, right? You have that bleed in a little. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's an always on dinner party. The fact that I'm doing this like in such a hodgepodge way actually turns into cool designs, which I really appreciate. I like these to be the same size-ish. Okay. Oh, didn't need to move that up, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I love these. Do you like that being a single line, to be honest? I'm gonna make this subtext a little bit smaller, maybe a 28. That'd be nicer. And then also we still owe first. These need to be we still need something in here. Subtext, which have to be a little placeholder for now. And what I really want okay. Let's just kind of count our work so far. Get in the conversation. Step into real conversations with people who share your interests. Join the club. I mean, this is a placeholder. But this line has to allude to the club somehow, because if not, this is disjointed. Get in the room. I don't know. It's like we're always on dinner party. I'm not even sure what the majority. Oh, the camera went out. Is that true? That's fine. You don't need to see me. Who cares? It's all about the work here, baby. Okay. So I'm not even sure, because I would use examples, like, is it mostly about social media marketing? Like, what are the types of conversations? I probably should have downloaded the app for this, but anyway. I remember it used to be, at least the ones I was in, I mean, it was a lot of, like, what Twitter Spaces are now. A lot of stuff around entrepreneurship, you know, like marketing, etc. I wonder if it's still like that, has a business sense, or if they found a different niche of like musicians or comedians. Like, what is the true niche now? I don't know. It's interesting. Okay, our mission is to increase friendships in the world. Okay, not everyone wants to talk, so you need to work that angle. Like, listen. I feel like this line has some potency. It's not like the line, but if we were to keep the essence of this, I feel like it has the essence in it. Get in the conversation. Live conversations where you can listen, learn, and connect real time with people who share your interests. Join the club. Chat. Do you feel like the word chat or connect? That's probably a downgrade, to be honest. If this is an animation of showing one of the spaces of like people's things going and it looking like a live conversation, that's what I want here. And then, so it's like this screen is really up there, and then this one is really here. I'm not doing that just because of the contents of these screenshots, but that's kind of the vibe. I don't know if this is the right ending CTA now that we've kind of changed the page a bit. Yeah. This is tough here. Start a conversation. have this be the nice. I like how this thing waving or something like that. Or whatever. Nice. Okay. Yeah, some stuff is happening here. We're getting some of these things weaved together here. I'm actually starting to feel better about it. So there needs to be some sharpening, but in the conversation. Live. You don't want to really repeat that word. What's their thing? Get in the room. Live conversations where you can listen, learn, and chat real time with people who share your interests. Join the club. It's like an always on dinner party. Step into real conversations. Okay, I'm kind of... This isn't good copy, but this is what we want. Step into real discussions with real people who share your interests. Step into, it's like an always on dinner party. Step into real discussions with real people and talk about, well, anything. I like playful copy like that. Step into real discussions with real people and talk about anything. That's kind of fun. Join the club. Say hello. Ooh, I totally want to do a... Okay. They should not do this because it's not part of their brand. But we really want to do a drop shadow here. Not like that. Deeper blur. Way too blurry. 30. And then I'd put like a little shadow there. Oh, I'm so extra. Okay. Anyway. It's pretty good. Not, honestly, not mad about it. Let's compare the original. Always good. Always have to check your work. Do we actually make improvements here? Hang out with friends, meet new ones, talk about anything. Get Clubhouse. Get those cool animations that we're not seeing here. Let's get in the room. Live conversations where you can listen, learn, and chat real time with people who share your interests. Join the club. This is weak. But it would be an actual room here looking like this, and you see people talking back and forth with a different header. It's like an always on dinner party. Step into real discussions with real people and talk about anything and everything. This I think would be like a different theme, or these different rooms that you can go into. So maybe like scrolling through rooms and then entering into one. It doesn't even have to happen within the confine of the product. You could do different cool animation here. I guess that's kind of how I'm thinking about it a bit more. Join the club. The world knows. The world wants to know what you have to say. I like that angle. Say hello probably isn't the right CTA or call to value. What's the thing that they are always saying on their site? Just like get in or something. Get in. Let's just go with get in. You know what would be really interesting? It would also be fun to be playful and be like, oh, like, do you know the secret password, etc. But the thing that they had with the people, I think it'd be interesting to do it with the hands. Kind of like have them like get in, like once you hover it on the button or something like that, like they kind of like pop up, and they're kind of like a little movement here, or they're just kind of like floating around. I think they could do that with their logo, which would be like pretty fun to maintain that original concept, which I think it's like a solid concept. Just wanted to build it out just a little bit more. Cool. So how long I've been at this? I don't even know. 50 minutes? Oh my god. Hopefully this was helpful. In an hour. I think we have some strong angles. I think that's a nice idea. We can do something pretty cool here. They have a lot of potential, I think, to optimize this page. They have a lot of good angles that they have all throughout their site. It's just really about honing in, fine-tuning, and making this cohesive story about what the product is and why I'd want to join. But awesome job to their team. Yeah, I mean, if you stuck with me for 50 minutes, you're a G. So thanks so much for listening. Hopefully this is helpful. You should do it on your own too. See what ideas you come up with. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and just keep building, baby.